Do y'all remember the COVID lab leak theory? It was going around all over during the beginning of COVID, and social media and big tech overall were shutting down anybody who was promoting this idea. If you said that COVID came from a lab, more than likely you were getting a warning, people were getting temporarily to permanently banned. It was a pretty big thing. It was not allowed to be talked about. You could not say that you believed in a COVID lab leak. But you know what? It turns out we may not have been so wrong. Check this out.
To that new intelligence report from the U.S. Energy Department, it suggests COVID-19 likely originated from a laboratory leak in Wuhan, China. NBC's Kelly Kobier is on that story this morning. What can you tell us, Kelly, about these findings?
How was your weekend? Well, Savannah, we're now nearly 3 years on from the start of the pandemic, and there are still more questions than answers when it comes to the origins of COVID-19. But this new report suggests that it actually did come from a lab in Wuhan, China, that so-called lab leak theory. That's what two sources with direct knowledge of the report told NBC News. The sources said that according to this classified report, the Department of Energy has now concluded with low confidence where coronavirus originated. One source cautioning that this is not being viewed as hugely significant because of disagreements among different intelligence agencies. The source told NBC News that key lawmakers on the House and Senate Intelligence Committees were actually briefed on this report more than a month ago. China is also weighing in overnight, saying that officials should stop, quote, hyping up the lab leak theory and politicizing the origin tracing process.
Remember how we were all shut down and called crazy for this lab leak theory? I swear, the adage that, it just takes like 2 years and that's the difference between a conspiracy theory and truth is so true. So very true. We have seen consistently now that these conspiracy theories, the ones that truly get shut up, they consistently come out as true. Isn't that interesting? When the system decides to shut someone down for saying something, more than likely the thing they are speaking is truth. This is why they allow for all like the joke conspiracy theories, the just way over the top ones that are just weird. Those ones are allowed to get spread everywhere. Those are the ones you hear everybody joking about. Oh, it's a tinfoil hat wears, the crazy people that think the aliens are gonna go and abduct them all. It's like that's all allowed to get pushed. But when it's a real theory, something that actually makes sense, something like the potential COVID lab leak, that gets shut down. People were losing their channels over this. People were ostracized, kicked out of the community talking space or whatever you want to call it, the community square. That that's just awful. People were getting kicked out of that, and they were kicked out of the tribe because of something that it looks like may have been true. And now the government, there are organizations in our government believe that the COVID lab leak theory was possibly true. And we should be allowed to talk about it. This is the importance of freedom of speech, obviously. We need to be allowed to talk about these things because oftentimes what we have to say comes out as true. And we can't allow them to shut us up anymore.
Savannah.
Well, speaking of politics, there are other investigations into this very issue.
Yeah, that's right. And Jake Sullivan, National Security Advisor, was asked about the investigating process over the weekend on CNN Sunday. He said that, look, there are a variety of views within the intelligence agencies. He said that a number of the agencies have said they just don't have enough information to be sure on the origins of COVID-19. He said the president has repeatedly directed every intelligence agency to put effort and resources to get to the bottom of this, and specifically requested that the national labs, which are part of the Department of Energy, work on finding answers. Now, the DOE spokesperson did comment on this to NBC News, saying the Department of Energy continues to support the thorough, careful, and objective work of our intelligence professionals in investigating the origins of COVID-19 as the president directed. A spokesperson for the House Oversight Committee is also commenting on this, saying in part, we're reviewing the classified information provided, but Republican lawmakers are also on top of this. They're pushing for more investigations. They want extensive hearings as well, and they want the Biden administration to release more information to the American people. Savannah.
All right, we'll watch as this develops. Kelly, thank you.
And there you have it, the government shutting up truth once again, and then they come out years later after everybody's forgotten about all the awful things they did and how they shut down our entire country and destroyed so many people's lives, so many Americans' lives. They come up and they say, you know what, you guys were actually right, but nobody cares anymore because it's been so long. They just wait a few years until nobody gives a crap anymore, and then that's when they release this information. This is what they have always done, and this is what they will always do. And we need to expose this, and we have to remember this for next time, and we need to not let each other get shut up and shut out like this ever again. We gotta stick together, boys. I'm gonna sign off on that note though. So go ahead and like and subscribe if you enjoy this type of content, conspiracies, politics, and self-improvement, one video a day. But I am going to be signing out on that note. So long, peace out, and God bless y'all.